The video starts at the 1 minute and 40 mark. What's good, guys? It's me, Gerald the Weep, here back again with another video. Okay, so I was supposed to make this What If Tuesday or Wednesday, but that California trip, I didn't know if I wanted to use the software or not. I was kind of scared to use it. I had a video, but I didn't post it, so sorry for being gone for 6 days. I'm gonna be uploading today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I know I can do that. And yeah, this was the new What If I wanted for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll try to make it then. So sorry for taking too long. Krysip. Yeah, I remember your name, dude. I'm sorry for taking too long. Okay, it's yes. Sorry for taking too long with it. Like I was saying, it's chivalry of the failed knight. Ikki. What if he went to ReZero? So yes, it'll be a series with Subaru. And I'll be making a Deku. Like I said, I'll be making a Deku one. Wanted to make one a couple of days ago, almost a week ago. But I'll be making that tomorrow, and then I'll be going to make a Black Clover one with What If Asta had maybe Chaos Magic or the last Asta What If I'll be making. After saying all this, now let's get straight into it. Okay, now we see Subaru Natsuki. You know how he normally comes here. He gets out of the grocery store and then he's just sorry for the noise. It's just I don't know. I tried to make like a time warp like with Dio, but that didn't come out right. Anyway, Subaru is like, I have been transported to not no, 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 okay, I messed that up. He doesn't know he's transported to reason. I mean, he's transported to a new world. And yeah, you know how he acts like in the anime. He thinks he's the anime protagonist. And as he's walking around, he tries to summon his power. And someone fell over and was about to be hit by a wagon. And Subaru tried to use his amazing power to save them. But that didn't work. It was someone else that saved him. And it wasn't a knight. It was a person with school clothing on. And yes, yeah. Oh my god, sorry for the noise. It just hurt my ear for a second. Ikki walks over to make sure the that's he sees he doesn't know where he's at either, and he's noticed that Subaru has something similar to what Japan wears, kind of, because he's in Japan. Wait, does it take place in Japan? It never explains that. I'm only in episode 3 of the show, but it never explains where they're at. I'm pretty sure they're in Japan though. Well, I'm pretty sure he knows because he speaks Japanese. Anyway, so yeah, Ikki walks over to Subaru and he says, "Are you from Japan?" And yeah, Subaru says, "Yes, I am." And then Ikki says, "How did you get here?" And Subaru says, "I don't know how I got here. I just was blinking and then I just came here." And Ikki then explains that's what happened to him, but he was asleep in his school dorm. And Subaru says, "How was the school dorm like?" Because he stopped going to high school. And yeah, Ikki then says, "Well, it was all right. I was only there with her only one day, so I really don't know how it would have turned out." And Subaru says, "One day." And he yeah, sorry for this smacking of my. Okay, I'm just gonna take off my headphones. Okay, I took off my headphones, so hopefully it still sounds good. Anyway, so Subaru says, "Well, your school is kind of weird. Anyway, I need to go and check if there's any signal here." And Ikki says, "There's no signal here." And Ikki sees that Subaru went out from a store, and he says, "What type of chips do you have?" And they walk down an alleyway, and Subaru was about to ask another question to Ikki, but they run into the the 3 NPCs. Like, seriously, what are their names? I have no idea. And Ikki tries to walk around them, but yeah, that didn't go to plan. So yeah, Ikki says, "Just can you please get out of our way? We need to discuss something." And he says, "Oh, pretty boy, you're gonna be giving us your loot." And no, I can hear my mom. She's I don't, yeah, she's just being a little loud. Hopefully, you guys don't hear her. So like I was saying, yeah, so Subaru was about to yeah, he was getting into a fighting stance because there's a it's 2-on-3. But yeah, Ikki says, "I got this," and he says they'll stop robbing for now on. And yeah, Ikki pulls out his sword. He summons it, and yeah, Subaru is amazed by this. He says, "Now that is a cool ability right there." He's saying this in his head, and he says, "Kick." Yeah, he says, "Kick their butts." I don't know if I can profanities like that. And yes, as Ikki summons his sword, the bad guys were kind of, the NPCs were shocked. So they pull out their knives, and yeah, as soon as they pulled out their knives, yeah, Ikki just rushed them in. Yeah, he chopped off all of their arms that was carrying the knives, and all of them, yeah, he chopped them all off. Yeah, he's on that different timing. And yes, all of them started screaming in pain, and they all ran away as they were bleeding out. Don't worry, they won't die. They'll figure out a way to survive. We need to see them again. You figure out how they survive next time. And yes, Reinhardt goes out the opposite way than he usually comes. Yeah, he went all the way around because he heard screaming from that direction. So the Reinhardt jumped over a building and he went around. And yeah, that's why he's making that face. Yeah, he's seeing them bleed out. So yeah, Reinhardt helps them, and then he turns around and he sees someone running on top of the rooftop. And yeah, he sees Felt, but he sees another person covered in blood. He says, "What is going on here?" And he walks over to them, and yeah, he has his yeah, he's on guard with Subaru and Ikki. And Ikki says, "Uh-oh, it must be the police then. It looks like he has fancy equipment on. I mean, night armor. Not like night armor. You know what I mean? Like, no, Reinhardt's clothes." Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, so Ikki then says, "Well, it looks like I wasn't penalized for using my sword. So the school's not connected to this place then." This Lagunica Subaru says. But Reinhardt says, "You're gonna have to do some explaining. Why are their arms off their bodies?" And yeah, Ikki says, "They were trying to rob us. I'm sorry for doing that. I think I went a little overkill." And Reinhardt says, "I'll be putting you on watch. Now don't be chopping off any more body limbs. You're gonna get off lucky with this. And you too." And he says, "What are your names?" And Subaru says, "Ah, crap." And yeah, Subaru gives out his cool, like he does in a weird fashion. He says, "Subaru Natsuki." And yeah, Ikki just says Ikki. I don't know how to say his last name. I know it's Kagagun. Okay, it's yeah, Kageyama. There we go. I'm joking. It's not Kageyama from Haku. Anyway, so it's Ikki. And I know it starts with the last name starts with a K, but I can't get it. I'll remember it for the next part. It's just like Anyos, Gold. Anyway, so Reinhardt says, as a Von Strea, I'll be watching you both personally. And yes, Amelia walks down the. Yeah, Amelia finally shows up and she walks down the. Oh my goodness, my throat. And yeah, because she also heard screaming too, and she thought maybe it was the person got caught that stole from her, but she just sees blood everywhere, and she sees Reinhardt, and she asks Reinhardt what happened here, and Reinhardt says, "Amelia, there's nothing to concern you, But Ikki turns around and he sees the elf and also Subaru. He says, "I never seen someone with those types of ears before. Have you, Subaru?" And yeah, Subaru is just surprised as Ikki. And he says, "Well, I have nowhere else to go. Maybe," he says, "Why are you down here?" This is what Ikki is saying. And Amelia says it's an insignia. And Ikki noticed an insignia on in Felt's hand because his eyes were able to see it. He says, "Oh, so that child has it." He doesn't know how old she is, but they're around the same age. It's kind of weird, man. And Subaru says, "You were able to see that, but she was on top of the building." So Reinhardt says, "So this child has stolen. That child stole your insignia, Amelia. Do you need any help?" And Ikki says, "I wouldn't mind helping. I just need compensation." And Amelia says, "Sure." And Subaru says, "Oh, this could be fun. This is my first adventure." This is what he's saying in his head. So they go off to find where Feld is. Reinhardt joins along because he doesn't trust Subaru and Ikki. Okay, while on the way to find Feld, Subaru and Ikki learn a lot more about Lagunica. They ask Reinhardt and Amelia, is there any place called Japan? And they don't know what it is. And Ikki and Subaru also know they can't read any signs. And this is quite weird because they understand what they're speaking, but they can't read. So so oh sorry. So Subaru says, "I wasn't the one that cut off the arms, Reinhardt. They were just trying to rob us, like we were saying earlier. And I don't even have ability like that." And Ikki says, "You know, Ikki says, "Well, I'm a very terrible knight myself, so I barely have any magic also." And Reinhardt says, "What type of knight are you?" And he says, "I'm a knight from Japan." And Subaru says, "I didn't know there was knights still in Japan. Seriously, where is he from?" This is what Subaru's saying in his head. But after, yes, so it's now been a couple hours. You can see now. And yes, they finally found Felt in the slums. And yeah, Felt pulls out her dagger and says, "It's 4-on-1, I see." And I mean, yeah, Puck also shows his face. He says 5-on-1. And Amelia, yeah, after they finally found, yeah, Felt, um, oh my goodness, my throat is making me keep saying I'm sorry for saying too much. Yeah. Then I go back to, oh my god. So Felt, yeah, pulls out, like I said, pulls out her dagger and she says, "Go on and get before I hurt all of you." And Reinhardt says, "Okay, that's enough." And yeah, he walks towards Felt, and she says, "You're not going to get that insignia back." And yeah, Felt, she runs away from Reinhardt, and Reinhardt didn't chase after her, but she goes to a secret way to go to the loot house. So Amelia and Subaru and Ikki and Reinhardt, they go searching for her. So yeah, so they split up into teams, and Reinhardt and Ikki find the loot house, and Reinhardt says, "I'm the Knight von Strea. Open up." And as the door opens, yeah, Omen Ram lets him in, and Reinhardt doesn't see the other person coming in also. And Ikki says, "Excuse me, we're going through an investigation of this place." And yeah, Elsa then says, "Oh, I need to meet up with someone. You could carry on with your business after I just after I'm done." And she walks in, and yeah, she throws a dagger right into tries to throw the dagger right into Reinhardt's neck. And yeah, Ikki sees he sees this before the door shuts, and he backs away, and he pulls out his sword, and Elsa busts in through the behind the like she goes right back out so she can slash Ikki. But yeah, like I said, Ikki got out the way, and he slashes Elsa right in the in the gut, and yeah, blood splatters onto him. That's why he looks like that. And he says, "I didn't want to do that. You did that to yourself." And Elsa just stood there, and she says, "That was quite a surprising attack from you." And this this surprises Ikki that she's still alive. And Reinhardt says she's a bow hunter. She's not gonna die that easily. And yeah, Ikki he runs away and goes around a corner. And Elsa tries to follow him, and Reinhardt um, pulls he pulls out the dagger that Elsa was using so he could try to attack her. And yes, Elsa and Ikki are face to face, and Reinhardt's on the other side. And Ikki says, "Okay, I need to analyze the situation. Reinhardt, I'm pretty sure he can handle himself if he was able to dodge that dagger. Now, I need to make sure Subaru and that Amelia don't come back here until we're done with this." And Amelia comes running when she hears all the commotion, and Subaru ain't got that much stamina. He's far behind, but he's keeping up too. And Amelia shoots ice into where Elsa is, and she gets stuck in place. But Puck is about to leave because it's starting to become dark. And he says, "This is all the strength I can give you. I'm pretty sure Reinhardt can protect you." And Puck disappears. And Ikki then says, "Okay, it's my time to attack." And Ikki runs he runs straight at Elsa, and Elsa throws the dagger, and Ikki dodges it quite easily. And he slices off both of her arms. And he tries to go for the leg, but Elsa gets out and kicks him right in the chin, and he does a backflip. And Reinhardt slashes right into Elsa's gut, and he says, "Okay, that is enough." And Reinhardt says, "Everyone get out of the vicinity." And Amelia frees her again, and Elsa says, "I don't think so." And she uses her other leg, but Ikki throws his sword right into her leg, and she gets pinned. And Elsa tries to pull out the sword, but Amelia freezes her leg again. And Reinhardt was done charging up his attack. You know, the one that destroys the loot house. And he charges it up, and Elsa's not getting away from this attack. Yeah, she gone. And Subaru gets there right in time to see this attack. And yeah, it destroys the building what Elsa was on. And Ikki says, "Geez Louise, she would have probably hurt me pretty badly if I was here alone." And yeah, so she did. There's no way she survived in that, especially from Reinhardt. Yeah, that double team worked in pretty good. So Subaru saw this amazing battle. Yeah, he saw it, and he says, "Seriously." He says he's super weak, but he's able to do that. And he's from Japan too. Seriously, why am I so far behind him? Shouldn't I be having magical powers too? And Ikki looks around and he says, "Okay, let's check the loot house. Did you guys?" And Subaru says he checked everywhere else with Amelia. And Felt walks outside, and she says Yeah, she just gives the insignia to Reinhardt. She says the deal's off. Just leave me alone. And Reinhardt grabs Felt, and Felt tries to kick out of Reinhardt's hand, and yeah, Reinhardt knocks her. Yeah, right. Reinhardt knocks her out because of the insignia glowing, so indicating that she's a candidate of the royal selection. And Ikki says, "Okay, I'm going to lie down." And yeah, he sits there and he takes a nap. And Amelia wants to thank Ikki, and Subaru also wanted to thank Ikki too, because if he would have went the way with Reinhardt, the battle would have went differently, and he knows this. And he says, Ikki's like the only person. He's such a nice person. I wish I could be more like him. And yes, so Ikki takes a nap, and they head to a carriage to the Roswell mansion, so Amelia can repay both of them. And that's where I'll be leaving off for this part. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I made it long and juicy. Tell me in the comments if you guys want me to make this tomorrow. I want to make my Deku one because I need to seriously make my Deku one. It's been a while, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. I'm pretty sure we're almost at 800 subscribers. Come on, we almost at 1,000, guys. I know. I'm gonna try to keep uploading all this week, or at least up to Wednesday. And yeah, so peace out, guys. Be safe, chill, and be chill.